Welcome to part 2 of agent based modeling, and we are doing it for marketing simulation study. So in this part we are going to make agent population, and if you remember from the last example, there were like 5,000 students in the university. So in this part we are going to make the population of students for our marketing simulation. So as always, the first thing is about the disclaimer about these videos. So let's move to the part one, and that is creating the population of students for our marketing simulation. Okay, so let's build your first simulation. And now in this slide I will show you the steps, and then we will move on towards the AnyLogic, and then I'll show you how it is actually done in AnyLogic. So the things that we are doing in this part of the in this video is basically we will be creating a model in AnyLogic, and I hope that you would have already made the model using the name and of your choice and the time unit in days, which we discussed in the last video. So now in this video we will create an agent population. The consumers, basically, as we discussed earlier, there are 5,000 students, and all the students are they can be the consumers of our product. So these consumers, or the 5,000 consumers or students, they all are potential users, and when they come across ad which has an ad effectiveness of 1%, some of them will become the user of the product. So from potential user they will become user. So here we will define the agent population of the students, and then we will define some attributes of this population like size, the graphics, and then we will add ad effectiveness as a parameter of the population, and then we will define its environment, and finally we will run the simulation, and our expected outlook will look like this. But don't worry, we will just see how it is actually done in AnyLogic. So we move towards AnyLogic. So in AnyLogic, I have already opened a file named market phase 1, and the units are days. So and furthermore, I have already copied these steps which we discussed in our PowerPoint slides. I've already discussed I've already mentioned the steps here. So the first thing is we to create a model. It's already done here, and now we are going to create the here the agent population. So right now we are in the project phase. So let me just open here and open the palette uh, tab here. It was closed before. So the project is here, and the project, as we discussed, it's a tree like structure. We are right now in our main agent diagram. This is the diagram where all the agents in our program will exist. So first thing, go in the palette library, and here there are many libraries. So we will go towards this red agent library. You click the agent library, and the menu, the items of the agent library will open. So from here, select this agent and then drag it in the diagram main. When you drag it, and you are asked the question that what do you want to do, because you want to create a population of agents. So click here. So now this is the it is creating the population of your agents. So we will call this population as consumer, and remember this consumer, and the consumers, agent name population consumers already, it automatically it is written automatically in AnyLogic. So these consumers, they represent our students. So press next, and then there is like the graphics. We will use a two-dimensional, and this is the default graphic. Now press next, and then we can add the parameters here. So the parameter for our agent is add effectiveness. So click add new, right here, add effectiveness. Remember, no spaces here. The type is double, and we discussed earlier that the add effectiveness is 1%, so we will write here 0.01. Then press next. It will ask you how many, about the size of the population. Because we have 5,000 students, we will type here 5,000. So there is no more option left, so just click finish, and then you will see that in your main diagram a consumer population, it has been made here. So I'll just make the properties window bigger. Now uh, right now we are in the main diagram of the model, and if you look in the properties and then in the space and network, you will see it's mentioned here that agent in this space are consumers and their layout is random. So there are multiple options here. We will choose, they can be arranged, I mean how the agents are placed in our simulation model. I'll choose the random here, and I'll just choose the default values of 500 500. So this is basically the space 500 by 500 in which our agents will exist. Now once this thing is done, I'll just move this age consumers, and I will move it away from this blue lines, because these blue x and y axis, it is the place where our agents will exist. Now just to give you an idea, that if I double click on the consumers here, you know a consumer tab opens up, if you can see here. So here this is main, and this is consumer, and this consumer tab in this diagram, there is, and you can see the top, the consumer graphic, and then there's a parameter add effectiveness. And if you just on the right hand side are the properties, again in the space and network, if you click, you see the space type is, you can just, again you can do it random, and then or you can choose user defined, whatever, because we have already done it in the main, so it doesn't make a difference here. So this is our the first step, that we have created an agent in the main, and where we double click it, we can see that the consumer diagram, and in which there is the parameter which we just add effectiveness. So now we go back to the main, and if we press F7 or this button, the model is built, and it is, you can see that in the bottom, it is written built completely in time 0.302 seconds, and without any errors. So we are good to go. So let's run the simulation, and for that press the screen button, and when you press it, you will see that your model will start running. So if I just click anywhere and just I can drag it, so I'm just dragging it here. Now this is my simulation. So at the bottom, if you can see, there are like multiple things. This is for pausing the simulation, this is for stopping it, this is for reducing the speed, and this is for increasing the speed. Right now it is moving at this simulation is going on at the speed uh, of uh, at the normal speed. We can increase the speed, we can double it, we can make it 5 times, or the button on the right hand side, it is the button used for making to run simulation as fast as possible. So I'll just click here, and you see now that it is running as fast as possible. And here you can see it is written, this is finished, the simulation is finished. So this is 500 by 500 space, in which we have made a population of age of 5,000 agents. And these 5,000 agents, or this is basically agents population, which are the consumers or the students in our example. So this is the phase one of making the agent based model for the marketing simulation. So in the next phase, we will define the behavior of this student population. So that's all for this video. That's all for this video. Thank you very much.